Ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Tilak Trophy here. And as you might probably know, thanks to my previous video, a very important match was played yesterday evening. And we'll get to the outcome very, very soon. But first, I wanted to analyze the two teams and make a little comparison in order to understand why things happen. Because we do, if we do not understand why things happen, then we cannot find the solutions for possible problems that might come up during the season. So, there we go. Here we have Fiorentina 2. This is the team, and they've got a decent amount of stars. I would say higher than mine, not by far, but a little bit higher. But the most important factor here are some single players who have an immense amount of experience, and in this game, experience is just very, very important. That's why I'm trying to keep my team quite stable and try to have most of the time the same players playing, because this way they can grow their own experience, and if there was any problem, any injury or any disqualified player, then I would be able to replace that player, keeping the rest of the team quite experienced. So yeah, I think now we should have a look at the experience of the opponents, because it's massive compared to mine. For instance, there we go. 28.4 is very high, but not immense. 7.7, it's not very high at all. But this guy is quite talented, actually. It's quite a good right back. I don't know why a defensive midfielder should play here, but yeah, that's the manager's choice. And then not a lot of experience, but you see there's quite a good balance. Not a very a not very experienced player, a very experienced player, a not very experienced one. I am sure this one will be very experienced. And there we go. 39.7. It's very, very high. And yeah, we're about to see even more high values. As you can see here, the routine. Yes, that one. You can read routine, and 45.6. It's incredible. It's probably one of the highest values I have ever seen in my life. So 31.3, 26.9, 15, 35, very high, 20, high. Whilst my players are 9.4, 26.7, who's the most experienced player I can deploy, and 19.5, 15.8, yeah, 15.5, and these are the most experienced players I've got. So 9, 18.3, 6.1, yeah, 10.6, and this guy here, the short goalkeeper, still somewhat decent, but short, which is not good for a goalkeeper, of course. So, as you can probably see here, one goal was scored because of this ball here. 2 and 3 versus 1. So 3-1 was the final score, and of course the most experienced players were the ones to score. There we go. As you can see, they're all very experienced. And my players, the one who scored, is the most experienced one, of course, as well. And very important piece of info. There we go. Good news in the sense that, there we go, 11 shots versus 7, 6 shots on target versus 5, 3 set pieces versus 2. What does that mean? That I've been attacking more, even if the ball possession was lower, probably because of the lower experience, but I was able to create more offensive occasions, so to say, to score. And there we go. Which is, yeah, it's a good piece of info, actually. Versus such a strong team, being able to dominate these, well, not actually dominate, but to overcome the opponent with these factors is very important for the future. So I might not be winning now, but the future's quite promising thanks to these things. So now let's talk another very important thing today. So today's Monday, so which means financial update. So last week I've sold a player for 14 million, and there we go. Some taxes were paid, sorry. So this is what I've got. More than 14 million, don't know, coins, whatever you want to call them, means this amount of income. And finally, the final balance of last week was this one, which is quite important. At this point, I mean, I'm rich enough in order to spend some money if I need to, or keep players with a very high wage if I need to. So it's good to earn some money. I don't want to be too bugged with it, though. Then this week it's just started. No matches were played yet, so these values are going to raise. Of course, attendance, food, staff is going to cost me something probably. It actually depends on Saturday, because Saturday is the Talents Day. I will link the video in the description. So there we go. Building costs are not going to raise. I do not care very much about wages because, as I told you, this is well, I've got enough money in order to withstand it, especially because I managed to get to a certain amount of money that allows me to have this capped income, these active interests, sort of bank interests, which are 5 million per week, and they are so useful. They're just so useful. Because once you reach around 1 billion, 1.1, 1.2 billion, then you have the right to have this sort of extra income. It's very important to get there, actually. So I think this is all for today's update. We'll see more tomorrow, and I think it's going to be very interesting because tomorrow is training day, so we'll see how the players have improved during the training session. So thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.